It was an early Monday morning, approximately around 6 to 6:30 a.m. Harry woke at once and couldn't fall asleep anymore, not with Malfoy in his bed. He turned on his side to look at the blond man beside him. Draco lay so innocently, looking so peaceful in his sleep. One arm was bent onto his head for support, his messy platinum hair hanging down his handsome face of the 18-year-old. The blanket was down his waist, exposing his pale, good-looking body. Harry couldn't stand Malfoy. He really couldn't, but he had to. If not, the prank would fail. What prank, do you ask? Well, let me explain. A month or so ago, Harry was eavesdropping on Malfoy from Nothing to Do. When he was about to leave, he overheard his name mentioned in a sentence, so he stayed for a while longer. "Well, what is it up with you and Harry?" Blaise requested in a cold, calm voice. Nothing. Remember, I said I wasn't going to try and make a move on him." "Oh, right. But how does that make you feel? I mean, trapping your emotions inside all the time, when you know you can just come up to him and spill it all out." "Horrible. I can't put up with the fact that I'm gay. Now that I find myself attracted to other boys, I just know I don't have to tell them anything because they're just a temporary crush." "But with Harry, I don't know. I can't just go up to him and say, 'Hey, Potter, I've been crushing you for the past 3 months now. Want a date?'" "Well, maybe not like that. Try a different attempt?" "No! He wouldn't understand, Blaise. He just wouldn't. I know that for a fact." "Why? Why won't you just give it a shot?" "Because he's not gay, Blaise. He's not gay. And I know I don't have a single chance with that golden Gryffindor boy." "But see ya, Blaise. Good talk. Gotta head to class. See you in a few?" Yeah, sure. In around 45 minutes outside?" "Sounds good, yeah. Okay, bye." Harry watched the blonde walk past him with tears on his face, sniffing. He didn't even notice Harry was there and just sped by. Harry told his friends what happened. Hermione, being a supportive and good person, trying to understand other people's feelings, tried to help and suggest the most. She suggested that the two put their past aside and try to change their relationship, if not romantic, then to a friendly rate at least. But Harry refused. He still couldn't believe he heard the words slip off Draco fucking Malfoy's lips. He hated him for everything. He hated him for all he did, for going to the dark side, for mocking him, for trying to ruin his goddamn life, for always humiliating him, for never understanding him, for never taking the slightest chance to change, for following the person that killed his parents, for attempting to kill him, for making his life miserable. He hated him, his family, his friends, and other relatives. And Malfoy was right. Harry wasn't gay. He was bisexual. Harry always had an eye for girls, but still didn't have any disturbing thoughts of being with a boy. He actually liked one or two not so long ago, but got over it fast. Ron decided to use Harry's disorientation and sexual preferences to Harry's advantage. After a long discussion and careful planning, they came to a conclusion. Harry would pretend to like Draco back. He would pretend to be Draco's boyfriend. After a while, he would break up with him and tell him it was all a prank. He spent a few more times eavesdropping on Draco and collecting information. Turns out, Draco has a really hard crush on Harry and was starting to have problems with hiding it. Around 3 weeks ago, Draco and Harry had to sit together in class. Draco was avoiding eye contact, but was still staring at Harry. He could feel it. He could feel Draco looking at the left side of him with its broken gaze. Harry turned to look his way and cocked his head in wonder, but Draco simply looked back down at his work, shaking his head with a polite smile. Eventually, he stopped writing and simply stared at the half-full parchment, thinking something to himself. Harry was reading Draco's notes from the corner of his eye to see how far he was, when 2 clear drops hit the parchment, smudging the ink. 2 drops, followed by another. Another streamed its way down Draco's cheek, being too light to drop, staying there, hanging on his chin. Harry shifted in his seat uncomfortably and moved closer to Draco, wrapping an arm around the shaking Slytherin. That's where everything started. Then up, 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 higher, 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 and now they're a fake couple. Well, at least Draco thinks it's real. Now Harry was in the same bed with Draco, awaiting the moment when he could finally tell Draco it was all a prank, to bruise and scar him bad, to break his heart. But that won't happen, will it? Draco is just so cruel. He will laugh with Harry after a matter of time, when they look back on the day the truth was be spilled. Harry was getting close to that day. Draco had started hinting him on moving further through the relationship, to start a sexual life between them. Harry noticed it, and hey, Draco was hot, no joke, but he just couldn't do that. He couldn't go that far. He never had any sexual relationship with a man, and probably never will, unless, of course, Draco finds a way to get the best of him. Draco was now trusting Harry with everything. He told Harry his big secrets, felt free next to him, was a better person after the war, and was visibly changing. But of course, Harry and countless others altogether believed there was nothing about him that could be changed. Oh, but was it so? Harry didn't know. Apparently, he just had to find out the hard way. Hard for Draco, per se. Yes, of course, Harry was getting attached to Draco over the time passing. But was it his fault he liked the blonde? No. Was it Draco's? Maybe. But yet still Harry felt strong affection towards the Slytherin. He would soon make Draco pay for everything, and the revenge would be sweet. A dish served cold to a guy with a cold heart and soul, if any at all. Harry and Draco were now already out of bed, dressed, and at their own tables, eating breakfast. Draco seemed gloomy and dreamy, poking his omelette with his fork dully. Why was it so hard for Harry to tell Draco the truth? Draco knew that Harry didn't love him. He didn't know about the plan, though. But he didn't need to know it if all he needed to know was whether Harry actually loved him or not. Draco was trying his best to show Harry his love. Give him anything and everything. But nothing seemed to make a big change to the atmosphere around them. Sometimes Draco just wanted to fall at Harry's feet and cry. I will never be good enough for you, will I? He just wanted to cry and cry and cry until he felt comfort from the arms of a guy he loved so much. But was it possible? Who knows? Maybe one day. But when will that day come? Draco felt that something special would happen soon in one of the upcoming days. Little did Draco know that that day would ruin him forever. How did he know? May have guessed a couple of times, but never really came to a conclusion. Why not? Oh, because the story's not finished yet.